What's happening, everybody? It's Huddy. Today we're talking about why home buyers now have the power, which is a flip to the script, seeing how we've been in such a really tough seller's market where they had all the power and it was really difficult to buy a home. The first thing that we want to look at is days on market, or how long it takes for a house to sell. Back in July of this year, that time was about 36 days. That's the national average. Fast forward to November, it's 56 days. So that's quite a significant increase for days on the market. So you're probably thinking, well, of course, rates are up, inflation, the economy, we're worried about that. However, that cycle to sell a house, it can take several months for a homeowner to get ready to sell their house. So if they were thinking, say 6 months ago or 7 months ago, yeah, I think I want to sell, the market's hot, and it took them forever to get that house listed, the other reason is they're not pricing their homes correctly for this market that we're in. So we're seeing a lot of price reductions. We're also seeing buyers get in offering below asking price and also getting seller paid closing costs. So that means if you only have enough for a down payment and you're thinking I have to save to cover my closing costs, which is about 3% of the purchase price, well, now the power, you're more in the driver's seat, meaning not only could you look at getting a property for under asking price, but you could also negotiate the seller to pay your closing costs. That's a big switch compared to what it was just maybe even 6 months ago. So that's what we're talking about, how the buyer, is getting some more power back. So then you might be thinking, well, if you're in this market, why would you consider selling when you could just maybe hold on to it? Well, that's when we get to the 5 Ds. We're looking at diapers, meaning people have kids. So their expanding household might have bigger needs. So maybe they're feeling a little cramped and they want to get into that other property. Death. It's unfortunate, but it's part of life. People die, so their needs change. Maybe the surviving spouse can't keep up the house, so they need to sell and they need to downsize. So that's a big one. The other thing is diplomas. When kids graduate, needs change. Not all the time, but they can change and people want to sell. Now they're ready to move to maybe Florida or a different state, wherever it might be. So that's another big one. The last 2 Ds, they kind of go hand in hand. The first one that we have is diamonds. People get married. What can happen there? Well, if both have a house, typically they want to sell one and merge households. That happens a lot. Or they are already living in a house, but now they want to upgrade because they want to start that family and get those diapers. The other thing that happens, unfortunately, is divorce. It happens all the time. Couples break up, they have kids, one can't afford the house by themselves. Whatever the situation, it's divorce. Maybe they want to get the equity out. So typically that's going to trigger a sale of an existing property. So those are your 5 Ds on why someone might want to be selling their house right now. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment. Thanks for checking out the video. We'll see you at the next one.